It happens more than 300,000 times a year here in Montgomery County. Drivers getting caught by one of the county's 92 speed cameras. That may sound like a lot, but there is a bright spot. A recent study done here by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety found a 59% decrease in the likelihood of a county driver breaking the speed limit by 10 miles per hour or more.
We know that there's a direct correlation between speeding and collisions. And what these studies shows that these speed cameras effectively get people to slow down. About 59% of percentage goes down under 10 miles over the limit, which is what the goal of the program was.
Speed cameras were introduced in Montgomery County in 2007, and this report estimates between 400 and 500 lives have been saved as a result of it. Councilmember Mark Elrich says those figures alone are enough to deem the program a success.
They're effective, and then there's a national study which says they're effective, and we had our own data that we used when we reviewed it earlier on the council before I was chair of the Public Safety Committee, because this issue has come up, and we've been asking the department, you have to show us, and in the early days they were able to show us that where they used the cameras, they actually achieved positive results.
And the spillover effect, as Captain Didone calls it, has also had an effect on driver behavior.
The fact that we have cameras out there, that we move these cameras, cause people to drive slower on similar roadways because they know that the cameras are out there.
The study also found that 59% of the Montgomery drivers surveyed had received a speed camera citation, including Councilmember Sidney Katz.
But when you get that notice in the mail, the first thing I thought was, they asked my wife, I said, were you driving this car that day? And of course she wasn't. And so that's what happens. But I do believe that they changed the pattern of the way people drive. And I also believe that that's very necessary for the safety of our public.
Since 2007, the speed camera program in Montgomery County has brought in $123 million in revenue, a portion of which pays for the program. But Councilmember Elrich and Captain Didone both say this initiative is not about the money.
Look, I'd assume make no money. I mean, if people stay within the 12-mile limit, we don't make any money. And that's a good thing, because that means that people, have begun to, put limits on how much they're going to exceed the speed by, and that makes all of us safer, particularly children and crowded areas. And I think it's a good thing.
There is a distinct correlation between fatal collisions and speed. And what happens is the higher the speed, the higher the likelihood of a fatal or a serious injury collision occurring. And conversely, the lower the speed, the lower the injury severity. And those are important factors in why the speed camera program works.